Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So for this week, what I wanted to do was to not actually do any reupholstering. I wanted to focus on decorating. So for this episode, or for this video, I want to focus on decorating with intention. Now, I made a live feed video of this, and I decided, let me just do it in a video form, and that way I can put it on YouTube and you could actually benefit from this. Of course, going on Google or just any sort of decorating website always helps. So I just have some notes and some things I wanted to go over when it comes to decorating and decorating with intention, because that's always that's always the sure thing. You don't want to go to the store, buy a bunch of random things, or go at different times, see something that you like, buy it, it doesn't really match with your decor. So you really want to focus on what your style is, how you want your place to look, what things are going to be functional for you, and if it's functional, does it actually suit the look? So first thing I want to start off with is, don't buy random furniture or pieces. Don't go out and buy random things. The first thing you want to do is you want to get an idea of your space. You want to figure out what are the things you definitely need in that space, and you want to take some measurements. So you sort of want to know space-wise how things are going to fit. So if you decided you wanted a couch, and you see a couch online, you want to make sure you have the right measurements, and you sort of want to lay it out in your space. So you could get painter's tape, line it out on your carpet or your tile or hardwood floor, and see how much space it would take up and how the kind of feel that you'll have for it in that space. Exercise restraint. That's pretty much it. Take your time and plan. The second thing is, create a space that reflects you and not the current trend. A lot of the trend now is girly glam or like very silvery gray. You don't want to focus on that, because in another couple years that style is out. Focus on what your style is. So whether it's eclectic, industrial, minimalism, focus on what is your style, and that will also help you. Make your space functional. So each time, like for me, when I started to redecorate my apartment, I thought of all the little things that when I came in and out of my apartment, that would make it easier for me. I already had a bench, which was, I mean, everybody sort of needs a bench, especially if you live in sort of like a country where you have the weather change. Sometimes it's hard to put on, like for me, my winter boots. It's all lace, so you sort of have to sit down and lace it all up each time. So I had a bench before, but another thing I needed was, each time I would come into my apartment, I would throw everything on the bench, my keys, little knickknacks like letters and stuff like that. So what I decided I wanted was a hallway table, and that's actually a DIY project that I did. It's actually a table that I had before, and I bought some legs and I added to make it taller. I actually didn't record that one, but again, it's something that I can go over. The little DIYs that I never recorded, I can actually do one video and sort of describe how to do them. Then let's see, so think of all the things that are functional, the things that you need that are functional. So a bench for me was definitely a necessity for me to sit down, put my boots on. A table where I could throw my letters or my miscellaneous items, my keys. A boot tray, and that is like the plastic tray that you drop your shoes on, especially because they're, most of the times when you walk in, they're wet. You sort of want to put that on something that's waterproof. So little things like that. Also, hooks will help, especially when you have kids. A great idea I actually gave to one of my clients is I also gave her the bench idea because I think she has 3 children or 4 children. I gave her the bench idea, but I told her above the bench on the wall, add some hooks so that when they come in, they can hook their jacket. You don't want to put your jacket straight into the closet because sometimes they're damp. So you can hook it, you can put it on the hook so that that's their knapsack, their jackets, stuff like that, so it stays out in the air to dry before you put it in the closet with all your other items. So basically, just envision the things that you will need on a day-to-day basis. And that's how you kind of figure out what is it that I absolutely need in my space that will be functional to my lifestyle. Find the items that are not only pleasing to the eye, but also coordinates with your decor. Whether it's the style or the color, make sure it actually coordinates with what you're trying to achieve. The next thing is make a plan. So each time you figure that you need something, get your plan, whether it is something that you draw, whether it's something that you visualize, so you write it down, or it's something that you literally tape off on your floor to say this is where the couch is going to go, this is where the table is going to go. Make a plan. So have something always available to write in, so that way you'll never forget what you absolutely need. And when you go to gather all your items, you remember everything you need. So make a plan. Find the colors that you need. And a good tip to find colors is, what I tend to do is each time I'm about to do a color, like a room, for example, each time I'm about to do a room, what I'll do is I'll go to the hardware store or the paint store, and I'll go through the paint aisle. And again, I know exactly what color I'm going for. So if it's a gray or blue or white, I'll go through and I'll pick a couple. The good thing to do is get swatches. These are really helpful. I bent this one. Oops. Sorry, it's a bit bent. But swatches are the best option. So it gives you like the different shades of gray, and then it's sort of, some of them are like this, some of them are small, some of them are bigger. But it basically gives you the idea of what the color looks like. You can actually tape this on your wall, walk around for a couple of days, and kind of have a feel of, do I like this color? I'm not sure if I like this one. Maybe I should try something else. And if you're feeling a color in particular, then what you could do is you could actually get sample bottles. They're like $5 at the paint shop. They're sample bottles, and they help you in terms of just paint a section of your wall, walk around for a few days, walk past it, see how you feel. And that gives you like a good idea of what color to choose. You don't want to paint your whole entire apartment or a whole entire room and then you regret it. You hate the color. So that's a good tip. So another good thing, which I actually don't have to show you, but they also have, along with swatches, they actually have little like 2-page magazines that are full of, if it's blue that you're looking for, it's full of like different shades of blue, so you get an idea of what they have. Typically, if it's like a brand paint, like Behr, for example, you go onto their website and they have like a ton of different colors that you could choose from. Another good thing to do is Google ideas that you like. So if you're sort of a eclectic kind of person, then Google that. See what that decor looks like. Print it off and print off more than one. Gather them together to get an idea of how the layout looks, the items that they use, and kind of see which ones you would like. Put it all together. Put little pieces of what they may have together and create your own style. So the last thing is you want to do your research. I mentioned earlier that you want to do your layout of your furniture on your floor, sort of get an idea of the spacing of everything. I remember I went into, I think it was IKEA, and they had this like 4-seater couch, and I thought it was perfect. It was perfect for my space, and the other couch that I saw I felt was too small. And this couch from IKEA was like 4-seat. It has had a chaise at both end, and I thought it was absolutely perfect for my apartment. If I had gone ahead and bought that couch, it would be able to fit in here, but not in the layout I would have wanted. So that was a good thing in terms of just measuring to make sure that it can actually fit your space. Take lots of measurements. Whether it's curtain, you kind of want to know what kind of curtains you want to buy, how long you want it. Another good tip, actually, this is just very random. A good idea to hang your curtains is always hang them as close to the ceiling as possible, so that way they look long. It makes you look like you have taller ceilings. So hang them as close to the ceiling as possible, so they sort of hang long. Yeah, but back to what I was saying. Do your research. Do your research and always check online. Other than just the measurement, check online to see when a store has their sale, when they have discounts, whatever the case may be, when they may be giving away coupons, instead of rushing and buying. And this is why I'm saying plan with intention. You don't want to overspend. You don't want to buy something that you're going to hate eventually. You want to take your time and plan it out. It doesn't matter how long it takes you. It's your space. Take your time and just put your items together one at a time and make sure that they're cohesive. I hope you enjoyed this video. I really like sharing all my little tidbits with you. And if you had any comments or questions, leave them below and I'll be happy to answer any questions for you. See you next time. Bye-bye.